Good morning from Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors, your source for fishing, hunting, and information for folks who enjoy the great outdoors. Now sit back, relax. It's Panhandle Outdoors.
Good morning, folks. Welcome to Panhandle Outdoors. I'm Winston Chester. Glad you're here this Monday morning. We love Monday mornings on Panhandle Outdoors because we know it's the start of a great week and the weather's going to be really nice. Our weather brought to us by Haney Technical Center at the corner of Baldwin Road and Highway 77. Today's high, folks, we're getting on up in the 80, low in the 71. And I'm looking at the whole week. The whole week really looks nice. You know, last week was just a miserable week. I think we went 4 or 5 days without seeing the sun. And I was thinking about just, recapping driving in this morning. I was thinking about just since January. We've had some really cold weather in January and February. And then March came along windy and cool, and then April was just stormy. So we're due for one good month. And I'm anticipating, I'm not a meteorologist, but I'm anticipating a really good month of May. We're going to start off this week with some really good weather. We're going to be up in the 80s most of the week. Water temperature today is 72 degrees. It's looking good. The river's going to start falling out. I have the tables for you tomorrow, but it's falling now. And we're talking about the full moon. We're always talking about a full moon in May, and it's coming up in a couple of weeks, okay? Right now, the tide chart brought to us by Kent Forest Lawn Funeral Home and Cemetery. The whole month of this whole month just got really good, strong tides. If you're looking on the screen there, I have a low tide of 12:38 and a high tide at 2 p.m., a good 1.8-foot range. Marine forecast is coming out of the west, southwest, about 7 miles per hour. Now let's look at this, the moon phase for the whole month. This is actually the first full week. If you're looking on the screen there, it's waxing this week, and we're looking at the full moon probably next, probably too. It's going to be next Wednesday night on the 14th, or Thursday on the 15th. It's going to be right there on Thursday night. So the next 2 weekends are going to be some really good freshwater fishing. I can promise you that. All right? That takes care of the weather. We're going to take a break and come back with our special guest. Welcome back, folks, and welcome to my special guest this morning, Shane Raphael. Good morning.
Good morning, Coach.
Good to see you, brother Chris Bright.
Good morning.
Good morning. These two young men, I'm glad to have them on the show. Shane's one of my former students back in the day, and Chris is a Rutherford alumni.
Yes, sir.
Okay, and they work out at Gulf Power, and they're at this steam plant out there, and they're in the process of putting together a fishing tournament that everyone's going to be interested in. Everyone's going to want to enter, and but first, we got to learn a little bit about you guys. Shane, I know you since you were in my class, but I know both of you guys are outdoorsmen.
Yes,
so
sir.
Tell us a little bit about your background, Shane. We'll start with you.
Growing up in the woods and hunting white-tailed deer and turkeys and hogs, and also fished a lot of in the bays around this area.
Okay. Y'all may recognize that name, Raphael. So they've been outdoors since the 1800s here. So, which I remember when you were in class, we were talking about the legacy of your family and outdoors and all.
Yes, sir.
So, y'all go to that Raphael reunion when you get a chance?
Yes, sir. Every year.
Every year. You just go there and eat all that fish, don't you?
That's right.
All right. Chris, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, I grew up here in Panama City. Dad started me hunting at a young age, around 8, 9 years old. Used to bass fish a lot. Now I'm getting a lot more into saltwater fishing.
Yeah.
Like you said, went to Rutherford High School.
Yeah.
Now landed me a good job with Gulf Power out at Lansing Smith plant.
Well, that's good. I got tickled when they told me that I knew they were out at the plant and all. You know, our annual trip would Billy Archer on a Seminole win. I'll go with those Gulf Power guys, and we already put their name on the list. There's a waiting list to go on that trip, so y'all going to have to get on there. As soon as Lawrence Sledge, you tell Sledge, I said bump y'all up there so y'all can go on that
Yeah,
trip.
we sure will.
I got some good outdoorsmen out there. So let's look at a couple of pictures. Shane, tell us about some of these pictures, but let's start on this one right here.
That's my wife there. We were fishing up in West Bay, and she caught that on a topwater lure.
Wow, pretty lady and a pretty fish. Very good. Does she enjoy going fishing with you?
She loves it.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
That's great. All right.
And that's my parents, Greg and Carrie Raffield. And it looks like they have a redfish there.
Yeah. Now, where are they fishing?
That's in North Bay there.
Okay. That's nice. All right.
And that's Orville Raffield, my pawpaw. and he's got a couple nice brim there.
Boy, that's nice. Orville Raffield. He likes that freshwater fishing on it.
Yes,
Tell
sir.
us about this picture here.
That's a deer that I was able to take in 2009.
You know, I remember this. I think, didn't you send me this picture? Where did you get this one at?
In near Kinard.
Near Kinard. I remember that. Yeah, you did, because you'd emailed me a couple of times. You'd found that deer.
Yes,
right?
sir.
And
he was tearing up the woods in there, and that was before I didn't have a trail camera at the time, and some of my neighbors had a trail camera, and they all had pictures of him, you know, in the area. And he ended up just walking out in front of me. I guess I got lucky, you know.
Yeah, I remember that. That is a fine buck right there, Shane.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, that's really good. All right, tell us about this picture.
Well, that was that's my pawpaw, my cousin Dustin, and myself, and we had gone floundering all night, and we had a little fire on the beach and ate breakfast.
Well, see, I know your pawpaw really enjoyed. He probably told y'all some stories, didn't he?
Oh yeah, he's got a pile of good stories.
Yeah, you need to record some of those stories, Shane, if you can, and
Yes, sir.
get them, because I know the family. They did a lot of that cooking on the beach and all, and spending the night at the beach and all when they're fishing all night long. So
That's right.
I know growing up he did those things.
Oh, he loves that.
Okay.
And that's him there in his boat that he's got now. It's an old wooden boat that
Yep.
he had built a long time ago.
Wow.
And he actually got it fiberglass a couple years ago. So it prevented him from every year having to sand it down and repaint it.
Yeah.
You know, putting the fiberglass on there.
Yeah, those old boats are amazing. You don't happen to know who built that, do you?
I don't.
Yeah.
He could tell me, but I can't remember
Yeah,
the
I'm
guy's
sure
name.
there's an old timer, those lines on it. There's an
Yeah.
old timer who knew about the water. All right, and a couple more. Let's see. What about that one?
That's out in the Gulf. I went with my one of my buddies, Ronnie Smith, and he put us on some fish out there.
All right.
And that's Christina again,
All right.
and that's out in West Bay.
Well, it looks like she's out fishing you.
She does most of the time.
And this one here,
That's a redfish in North Bay that we caught, and it had a total of 44 spots on it.
44. Well, we're going to talk. Okay, we're going to talk about this tournament, and I'll tell you what. We'll go ahead and we'll take a break, and we'll come back and talk about this big tournament they're going to be having. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Glad you're with us on this Monday morning sitting here with Shane Raffield and Chris Bride, two young outdoorsmen who love the outdoors and grew up in outdoors here locally, and they're now getting ready to put together a tournament and all. But Chris, you were talking about hunting and all. You enjoy hunting too, don't you?
Yes, sir.
And where do y'all hunt?
On an old Gaskin hunting club.
Yeah. And a lot of you used to do a lot of bass fishing.
Yes, sir. Used to do a lot of bass fishing.
Chris has some pictures too. We can't quite technological advance to get them. We may get them before the end of the show, so hang around. But let's talk about this tournament right now. It's a 2014 Gulf Power Transformers Charity Redfish and Trout Tournament. The Plant Smith Committee going to be on May 24th at the McCall Everett Park, and that's the saltwater side of Deer Point Dam. It's a great location there. The entry fee, $10 a boat, a big slam, and we're going to talk more about it. Raffle drawing for donated prizes, here are some of the sponsors right here, and I'm just proud to be on that sponsor board, because we're going to talk about where this money's going to go. But you see all the sponsors there, and all right, guys, tell us about how this brainstorm and all, how did y'all come up with this tournament and all? Because I know it's a lot of work to put on a fishing tournament.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that it is.
Chris, what made you think about this?
Well, a couple years ago, myself and another employee put on a bass fishing tournament, and I got to thinking. I was like, we need something, try to get something a little bit bigger. And I said, there's a lot more people in this area that redfish, trout fish, and there's a lot more people that do saltwater fishing. And I said, well, what do you think, Shane? We need to try to do a redfish tournament. And
Shane said, yeah.
He said, I'll help you. I said, all right.
All right, so then you went out and started getting up some sponsors, and
Yes, sir.
and set you a date, and the location there. I like the location there. You know, a lot of guys will put in there and then take the boat across the Deer Point Dam and wash it off in fresh water.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So tell us about the tournament itself. What time will it start?
It'll start at Safe Daylight.
Safe Daylight.
And then the weigh-in will be at that landing at 4 o'clock.
All right, that's going to be great. So now we're talking about okay, we got some rules here. Let me see. We don't know the rules here. Basically, the mission. I'm going to read the mission here. The mission of Gulf Power Transformers is transform our community through Gulf Power employee engagement and involvement. That's a good goal right there. The proceeds from this tournament, now listen to this, will benefit those local charities, Bay County Council on Aging.
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's a great charity. I know some of those folks there. They do a lot of good stuff. The second one, Meals on Wheels. And, nothing needs to be said about that. You know about that. And Covenant Hospice. That's 3 great charity organizations that this money is going to go to from this tournament and all. So I want to commend you on doing that. What are some of the basic rules that we're going to go with as far as the fish? Well, of course, everything got to be legal size. We know that. But you're going to take the heaviest fish or top 3 fish, or how are you going to do that?
In the redfish, there's 3 different divisions. We got a redfish division. You got it's going to be your two biggest redfish weight. You can weigh in your 2 biggest, and the trout, you're just going to weigh in 1 fish per entry you want.
Okay.
And then we got the optional big slam, which is an additional $10 per boat. That's the total weight of 1 redfish, 1 trout, and a flounder.
Well, we'll talk about that often on the show, the Panhandle Slam. Now, if you can come up with that's just something great. I suppose it's something personal to do to come up with a slam. But so you just add those 3 together. That's a great idea right there. And you're going to have some good entrance on that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And what about the weigh-in's going to be at 4, so you want everybody back to the landing there. And
well, we're going to start the weigh-in at 3 to 4 o'clock. Give plenty of time. That way, if there's any boats break down or anything, they can get help to get back.
Okay. So are you going to have the heaviest flounder, or that's just part of that grand slam?
That was just part of the slam.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What are you? I noticed you have some prizes and all. You going to have some prizes for raffle prizes and all?
Yes, sir. We got a lot of donations, okay. And we have over 30 prizes to raffle off, anywhere from gift cards, rod and reel combos. We got a bunch of lures from Saltwater Assassin donated to us, and they help us out a lot.
See, that's a bonus. A lot of times, if you don't get a chance to fish it, you can just go up there and join the raffle.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. You're going to have a silent, or you're going to just sign your name to it, or is
yes,
that
sir.
going to raffle it off? Yeah, that's a great way to raise money, and that's a good deal right there. The only bad thing, you guys not going to be able to fish it?
We're going to try to.
You're going to try to fish it?
Yes, sir.
I like that. Now, this is the kind of tournament I like. Put on a tournament and fish it. That's good. Are you going to have an official weightmaster, or who's that going to?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Mr. Longbach.
I know Long, yes. You're not going to let him fish it, are you?
Yes, sir.
Does he work out there with you guys? Or?
No, sir. I'm not positive the name of the company he works for, but
only time I see Long is on the water.
Yeah.
So I wonder if he ever works.
That's what I asked him too. If he's not on the water, he's on the golf course. So.
He fishes. He really loves fish, and he's one of those guys that does play golf and fish, which is really hard to do. Okay. All right, look, we're going to set up. We're going to take our final break, and we're going to come back and wrap this up and talk more about this big tournament coming up on May 24th. Okay. Okay, welcome back, folks. We're glad you're here on this Monday morning. I know you're going to have a great day. Our weather looks good this week, and it can't be any worse than we had last week. So I'm here with Shane Rathfield and Chris Bride. We're talking about a fishing tournament. First, let's go to our fishing game time for today. We get an opportunity. I know a lot of you guys get off on Mondays, and today our fishing times are from 5:40 to 7:40 this morning, and this evening from 6:02 to 8:02. That's brought to us by Mark Cowart of Edgewater Beach Realty. Mark really caught him some nice fish before that storm came in last week. All right, fellas, talking about the Gulf Power Tournament on May 24th. Tell us some more information on it. You mentioned some stuff.
We wanted to make sure that we thanked Panhandle Outdoors, Coach Chester, and also AAG Electric Motors. Keith Gay over there really helped us out with the tournament and some of the donations for it. So
That's Keith Gay?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good folks. You know, we talk about our Panhandle, all throughout the Panhandle. We're just a community of outdoorsmen that care about other people, and this is evident in the things that we all do. And you know, you get these young men to come up here and put together a fishing tournament is one thing, but you know, go through with it and go out and get the sponsors and all. That's a job. You know,
yes, sir.
I've been around this stuff before, and I appreciate y'all taking initiative. And I'm going to take some of these right here to school today. I can guarantee you some of my students will fish this. I can promise you that. Now, I don't know if they're going to win it, but they'll fish it.
Yes,
they'll think they're going to win. I'm going to tell them they can win.
Well, all it takes is a couple lucky fish, you know.
It's possible for everybody.
I'm telling you. Again, you're going to hit the redfish, the trout, and then the grand slam on the
Yes, sir.
And there'll be a first through third places on the redfish and the trout.
All right. I'm thinking, you know, that's about couple weeks ahead, and really the conditions should be, we can't predict the conditions, but it should be, the bays, it should be in good shape.
Yes, sir.
And, you know, we talk about it, you know, 3 ways to fish for redfish. We talk about it all the time. You can go sight fish for them in the flats. You can go out to the pass and fish for them, or you can catch them out in the surf. But, or you can dock, actually 4 ways. You can dock fish for them. So, and then on the speckled trout, are you going to allow live baits allowed or anything? So
yes,
anything goes. Okay.
Yes, sir. Any legal way to catch them.
That's good to know. On the flounder, you know, if you're going to try to get a flounder this time of year, flounder about 2 weeks ago, the flounder fishing really picked up. I don't know if any of your boys been going and the gig and all that. Have any of your friends been going?
Yes, sir. I've been a few times, and I know quite a few people that have been getting them. You know.
Okay, good deal. So that's coming. That's a good thing right there. Now, let's talk about real quick. Tell the folks about your jobs. A lot of times people want to know more about you. But tell them real quick about what kind of job y'all actually do at the plant and all.
Well, I'm a plant auxiliary operator. I basically run all the plant equipment, all the motors, boiler.
Okay.
So
you're exposed to the weather a lot too, and
oh yes, sir. And,
I guess last week would have been pretty tough, wasn't it?
Yes, all that rain. We got a bunch of wet coal, and it's aggravating.
When that coal gets wet, what do y'all do?
We have to fight it.
Oh man.
We got to keep the fires in it.
Wow.
Keep producing.
Now, Shane, what do you do?
I'm a plant engineer.
Okay.
I started out there as a UT and moved into operations, and then moved into an engineering position out there. And basically, I'm a system owner of a couple systems out there. So I take care of those systems if anything happens in them. You know, certain motors and pumps and you know, piping and so on.
I don't think most people don't realize what a huge system that is out there with the turbines and all.
Oh yeah,
that's
very
really
extensive.
big. Do y'all still do your little school trips and all? The kids come out on field trips like they still do that?
Yes, sir.
Okay. I know their mouth just drops open on it when they see that.
Oh yeah.
That's really cool. And you have some more outdoorsmen out there.
Oh yeah.
Guys,
There's a bunch of them.
Really enjoy that. Now, do y'all get much work out of Sledge, or does he just walk around and talking all the time? Ever see Sledge?
Well, he's working. He's working. So.
I know. He's a good guy and all. And he gets that trip together. But let's get back to your tournament and all. It's going to be on that Saturday, 24th. And how many boats are y'all expecting? Do you have a goal set? Or?
My goal is at least 50 boats.
50.
But we've been having a lot of phone calls about it. So hopefully,
I want to.
Hopefully we get that many.
And I want to mention this too. Sometimes some of you folks don't get a chance to do this and all, but you want to support it. And a lot of times I do this too. Just pick out somebody and just pay their sponsor someone to fish it. Pay their registration, especially if you find a young person or something that wants to fish it, and maybe pay their registration for them and go out and support it, because you see, you know, the charity this goes to. We mentioned, let's go over those charities again. What are those 3 right there? Bay County Council on Aging,
Meals on Wheels, and Covenant Hospice.
Okay, 3 really, really good folks there. In general, you say you've been flounder fishing a lot lately, or?
A few times.
Okay. What about you?
No, sir. I've tried to go a couple times, and the weather turns on me every time.
Dude, it's been some tough weather. You still doing some bass fishing?
Yeah, every now and then.
You get that in your blood, it's hard to get out of it.
Yeah, we just, me and my dad and my son went up to West Point, Georgia. Up there, we went crappie fishing and bass fishing up there, and
Oh, cool.
we had a great time. Took my dad up there for his birthday, so.
That's a nice thing to do. Now, y'all have the rest of your family, brothers and sisters, or you got kids and all?
I have a little sister, yes.
Okay.
Got a 2.5-year-old son.
All right, good deal. And what about the Raphael clan?
I've got one little sister and
Okay.
no kids yet.
Okay,
And a
your,
wife.
and your little sister's name was
Kristen.
Kristen. Okay. Now listen. After this tournament's over with and all, you're talking about your summer plans and all. Y'all gonna do any outdoor stuff this summer?
Oh yeah, we'll
Oh,
be
yeah.
staying out on the water probably.
You staying out in the water?
Yeah.
Well, I could tell. What kind of boat do you have?
I've got a polar craft, a little polar craft I use in the like freshwater fishing, and I've got an express aluminum boat. It's
Good
a little
deal.
bit bigger.
Good deal. What about you, Chris? What you planning this summer?
Mainly working and fishing when I get a chance. And so we're gonna have a pretty busy summer, I believe.
Yeah. Do you? I know your grandpa and let's see, have any of his brothers left, or is he about the only one left?
Yes, sir. There's a few of them left that they've still got the fishery up there, but it's the Raphael fishery.
Yeah.
But a lot of them have passed away. A lot of his brothers and sisters, you know.
Now, again, I want to urge you, and not just you, but all you folks out there, these old timers in your family, if you can get a recorder, just record their stories and talk about them all. So, I'm about to run out of time. Anything else we need to mention about this tournament?
If you need any more information or need an entry form, you can find them on aroundthetournamenttrail.com, or you can contact me at Chris Bryant at 258-4330.
Or myself, Shane Raffield, at 850-381-2012.
We fellas done good this morning. You fellas done good. I appreciate y'all coming on the show, and good luck
sir.
to you.
Thank you.
All right,
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good to see y'all.
Good to see
Folks,
you.
as always, we want to thank you for watching Panhandle Outdoors. We appreciate your viewership, and sometime later, now do something good for your fellow human. Okay, you have a great day. God bless.
Thanks for joining us for Panhandle Outdoors with Winston Chester. Panhandle Outdoors features hunting, fishing, and other activities and information to help you enjoy the great outdoors. Join us next time for Panhandle Outdoors.